Yeah, so I finally had a bit of time this weekend to look over the bike in a bit more detail after giving it a clean and getting a lot of the dirt off it. This is how it currently looks. So the things that I've picked up on it is, it hasn't got a battery in there, so I've got a battery. But then on the seats, this one came off all right. The main rider seat, even though when I try and unlock it, it's just firmly stuck on and not coming loose. So that's one that's gone on my list at the moment. Bit of a beggar to move about. I don't know if that's the things to do with the brakes seized on a bit. And yeah, and as mentioned in the previous video, the owner said that the engine had seized. Now, interestingly enough, there is an option, well, there is a chance it might not be a seized engine, but it might just be a buggered alternator. But I'll find out. We'll check that in the next week or two. If that's the case, then that would be absolutely amazing, really. It's got the fuel in it. It's probably about 5 years old, still in the tank when I move it about. Yeah, and that you've got the rust on there all over, and then the seal, which kindly dripped rusty water on, and yeah, you've got general corrosion around the bike. On my makeshift screen there, I felt quite ingenuitive. Yeah, there's just rust everywhere and corroding the stands. Centre stand, although that's all minor stuff. Yeah, and the frame currently looks like that, really. So it seems like a growing list of things on the bike, really. So I think the question really I'm trying to figure out this week is, where the bloody hell do I start in getting it, or giving it a go as a project and getting it back on the road? And then what tools do I need? Which would be the power of Google to try and find out. But if you've got any suggestions of useful tools, I think the first thing to do really is maybe check the alternator belt, get that off, and find out how to remove the seat where the locking, the seat there, where the locking mechanism is jammed, to get a battery in to see what's going on with the electrics, really. And then I've got no clue, but if there's a diagnostics type tool that might help if I can get the battery on, really. So yeah, your opinion welcomed on that, on the points raised, where to start, what tools. Bloody hell. And I've kindly, it's a local specialist to me, Graham's, in Bradford. He's kindly going to have a look over on Thursday or Friday this week, or when he's got time, and give me his opinion, hopefully, whether it's properly buggered, salvageable, or the size of the task ahead of me. So yeah, it's there's lots of positives, but there's lots of things but to be done on it. But it has done 120,000 miles. The previous owner had been around Europe, a bit towards the North Pole, in it, around Morocco, further around Africa, and covers some huge distances on it. So it's got a lot of history, and I looked through the service history book, and it's fully stamped by BMW main dealer, up to about 100,000 miles, and it's done 120,000. So, and yeah, and before it stood up for good, yeah, it had it serviced and replaced the starter motor to try and get it working. But yeah, so here's hoping for this week. I'll see what Graham says, and then welcome any comments you've got, points where to start, and then by this time next week, in a week or so, I'll have a better idea of size of the task, and come up with a plan of what bloody hell to do next, because I've got no clue today with how things work and what to fix on stuff. But yeah, it's good fun learning. Right, there you go. Hope everyone's well. Here you go. And as usual, I'll always have